Hello and welcome to ProtoMet Reviews, where I'm picking up where I left off. Today I'm going to be talking about Extreme Dinosaurs, a spin-off of the series Street Sharks that, like that series, was created to promote toys. Seems to be a running theme with these TMNT knockoffs. Anyway, let's get to the plot.
Back in the time of the dinosaurs, an interdimensional fugitive, Argor Zardock, conducted accelerated evolution experiments on two groups of dinosaurs. A peaceful group that rejected his dominance over them, and another, more hostile group that swore loyalty to him. However, a Quadranian police officer, Chedra, pursues Argor in hopes of apprehending him, and after a struggle, Chedra and both groups of dinosaurs end up causing an accident that results in the extinction of the dinosaurs. After being discovered and awakened in the modern day, the villainous raptors seek to transform Earth into a sweltering jungle paradise for themselves. In order to stop them, Chedra joins forces with the Extreme Dinosaurs.
Now you might be thinking, wait, that doesn't sound anything like the backstory that the dinosaurs told us in Street Sharks. And that's because this series completely ignores Street Sharks, just like we all should. And it even changes the voice actors for the characters that did appear in Street Sharks. Speaking of the characters, I would like to talk about them individually, so I will.
First up is T-Bone, the Tyrannosaurus Rex leader of the team, who takes his role seriously, but not so much that it affects the others. Then there's Stegs, the genius Stegosaurus of the group, making inventions, figuring out what the raptors are up to, fixing things, that kind of stuff. Next is Bullseye, the pteranodon with a home shopping network and internet addiction. Spike is a bit of a meathead, but he knows enough about the Quadranian codebook to keep Chedra distracted while the other guys sneak off to get things done their own way. And finally there's Hard Rock, an ankylosaurus from a parallel dimension with a pacifistic nature, but he can still use his muscles if he needs to.
And that's just the good guys. Now I'm going to be talking about the bad guys, the raptors.
Hex is, quite frankly, dumb. And honestly, if not for the fact that he was a bad guy, he might actually make a pretty decent good guy. Spitter is the team's chemist, mixing up concoctions to use against the extreme dinosaurs, though he does have a bit of an artistic side to him. And leading them is Bad Rap, a megalomaniac bent on conquering the world for his own ends, but if Argor were ever to return, he'd serve him loyally. Other characters include Chedra, the Quadranian officer who does her best to keep the extreme dinosaurs in line and following her codebook to the letter, but who knows well enough to bend the rules if necessary. There's also Porcupine Duval, or Pork, who owns the dinosaur museum in the middle of the desert where the extreme dinosaurs call home. Then there's Dr. Rebecca Scarwell, an alien-obsessed scientist in charge of what I think is Area 51, who wants to get her hands on the extreme dinosaurs so she can dissect and study what she believes to be aliens. And last is Peter Benning, the paleontologist who unearthed the raptors and the extreme dinosaurs, who wants to capture even one of them to prove to the world that dinosaurs can talk and that he's not just crazy, even going as far as committing criminal acts to serve his own ends.
Can't say anyone here feels generic or poorly written, which is a good thing. There are some other characters that pop in here and there from time to time, but these are the major ones that the series gives a bit more focus to.
While the raptors tend to have the ultimate goal of causing severe global warming, that doesn't mean they always try the same tactic repeatedly. They constantly come up with some pretty interesting, if at times ridiculous, plots to attain their goal. But the extreme dinosaurs are always ready and willing to stop them, even if it takes all episode. And since there are other villains in the series, sometimes their plots end up tripping over each other in wacky ways, keeping each episode interesting.
After the disappointment that was Street Shark, I was going into this expecting younger me to have been an idiot for liking it as a kid. Revisiting it, however, young me made the right call, as this is actually a pretty good series. It's a shame that there's only one season of this, as it manages to produce more interesting content in just one season than Street Sharks managed to pull off in 3. But I can highly recommend this series. This is pretty good. Now, I guess this is about the time of the video where I challenged Tank to watch something. And so, Tank, I'm going to challenge you to... Wait, why did we start doing this again?
I just told them that you had a Toxic Crusaders on DVD, and you thought that was a challenge to review it.
Alright. Wait, what are you doing here? Never mind. You know, I think it's time that we stop this pointless back and forth and actually work together on something.
What do you have in mind?
Well, since we've been doing TMNT knockoffs, why don't we do one of the TMNT movies that you haven't talked about yet? Cartoon All-Stars to the rescue!